So if you've been following the absolute explosion in AI coding tools lately, you've definitely heard buzzwords like vibe coding or AI agents thrown around everywhere. But what happens when you want to take things to the next level? Like, what if you want to use way more than just one AI at a time? We're diving into exactly that. We're looking at how a brand new, completely free tool called Orca is literally reshaping software development as we know it.
Think about it. Can multiple agents actually code in parallel safely? If you've ever tried running two different AI tools on the exact same project file, you already know it usually ends in corrupted code, overwritten files, and just massive headaches, right? They completely step on each other's toes. But imagine if you could have Claude Code, Codex, and Gemini all firing in parallel, perfectly organized and working on your codebase at the exact same time without creating total chaos.
Here's the game plan for this explainer. First, we'll meet the ADE. Then, we'll look at parallel worktrees, bringing your own AI agents, some standout features, and wrap up with platforms and community. All right, part 1. Let's meet the ADE.
Okay, so the first thing you need to know is that Orca is not framed as an IDE, an integrated development environment. It's an agent development environment, and that distinction is absolutely crucial. This isn't just your standard text editor with a little AI chatbot tacked onto the sidebar. No, this is a complete coding workspace built entirely from the ground up to orchestrate AI. The whole architecture just assumes that AI agents are the ones doing the heavy lifting, and your new job is basically to run, manage, and coordinate them all in parallel.
And this concept carries some very serious industry weight. Orca wasn't just some weekend side project. It was built by Stably Inc., a team out in San Francisco, and get this, backed by Y Combinator. That's the legendary Silicon Valley startup accelerator that helped launch massive giants like Airbnb, Stripe, and Reddit. So yeah, there is a profound belief in the tech world right now that the agent development environment is the next major leap forward.
Moving on to part 2, the power of parallel worktrees.
You know how traditional branching requires constant stashing and messy branch juggling? Like when you're coding normally and you switch tasks, you have to stash your current work, switch branches, pull the latest code, get reoriented. It's a lot. Now imagine an AI trying to do that. It would be a complete mess. Well, Orca solves this by giving every single agent its own isolated Git worktree. This is the secret sauce right here. Every agent operates in its own completely sandboxed version of the codebase. So, zero corrupted code and zero overlapping edits. What this means in practice is you can have 3 distinct agents safely working on 3 incredibly complex modules at the exact same time. You literally just sit back and watch as Agent 1 runs checkout regression tests, Agent 2 writes validation logic for EU promo codes, and Agent 3 reviews some crazy complex tax calculation modules, and they are all running simultaneously. I mean, this fundamentally changes how fast a single developer can actually ship features. Just imagine being able to take a single prompt, fan it out across 5 different agents, compare their results, and then just merge whichever one wins. Instead of crossing your fingers and relying on just one AI to solve a hard problem, you type one prompt, hit a button, and boom, it's fanned out to 5 different agents at once. They all go to work in those isolated worktrees we talked about. When they're done, you simply review the 5 different solutions, pick the most elegant one, and merge it. It's honestly like hosting your own personal mini hackathon every single time you hit a roadblock.
Which brings us to part 3, bring your own AI agents. So Orca uses a bring-your-own subscription model, meaning you can instantly integrate over 25 supported CLI agents from Claude Code to Gemini. The beauty here is that Orca doesn't lock you into a single proprietary AI. It's a totally open playing field. Say you prefer Grok for one specific task and GitHub Copilot for another. No problem. You just plug in your existing credentials. Basically, if it's a command line interface agent, Orca can host it, manage it, and orchestrate it totally seamlessly.
All right, part 4. Let's talk standout next-gen developer features.
You get everything from infinite terminal splits rendered in ultra-fast WebGL to full integration with GitHub and Linear, so you literally never have to leave the app to review a pull request. But for me, the real magic is design mode. Every worktree comes with a real embedded Chromium browser window, meaning you can click any user interface element on your screen, and Orca will automatically send the HTML, the CSS, and a screenshot straight to your AI agent. It effortlessly bridges that gap between visual design and backend code. Oh, and if you need some heavy computing power, you can even run these agents on a remote machine using SSH Worktrees.
And remarkably, the agents themselves can actually use the Orca CLI to navigate the system. They are essentially managing their own workspaces. You aren't just commanding the AI anymore. The AI can command Orca. An agent might realize, hey, I need to test a new feature.
automatically spin up its own new Worktree, take its own snapshots, and even fill out forms. It makes the agents vastly more autonomous than they ever could be in a standard text editor.
Finally, Part 5, Platforms, Pricing, and Community. So Orca is fully cross-platform. It runs natively on Mac OS, Windows, and Linux, but actually the craziest part is the mobile support for iOS and Android. Because all the heavy lifting is being done by the AI, and you are simply orchestrating them, you can literally manage hundreds of coding agents right from your smartphone. You could be sitting on a train, open up the Orca mobile app, and just watch the live status of 5 different AIs writing code for you in real time. How wild is that? But here's probably the most surprising takeaway. This incredibly powerful, enterprise-grade tool is entirely free and open source. It's released under the MIT license, so anyone can download it, use it, and modify it without paying a single dime. In a world where it feels like every new AI tool comes with a hefty monthly subscription fee, having an orchestration environment this robust available for free is just a massive win for everyday developers.
And the response has been huge. Over 37,200 GitHub stars already. That shows just how incredibly fast the developer community is adopting this repository. It really proves there's an enthusiastic shift happening in how people actually want to build software. The community feedback is overwhelmingly positive, with developers everywhere signaling that this is quickly becoming their absolute go-to environment for managing and deploying AI.
So as agent development environments like Orca really begin to replace the traditional IDE, you kind of have to ask yourself, are you ready to stop being a solo coder and ready to become a manager of your own personal AI team? It's a profound shift in mindset for sure, but with tools this accessible, it's a shift we can all start making today. Let me know your thoughts on becoming an AI orchestrator in the comments below.